Hey guys, and welcome back to Riggs Garage. The Turbo Civic series is almost to a completion, and in this episode, we're putting a tucked, hidden, sleeper-looking black intercooler behind the stock bumper here, so it's really hard to see. All these cars with a shiny aluminum intercooler just kind of give off what they're doing, but this car is pretty much a sleeper. I definitely love sleepers. We got faded paint here all over the car. And in this episode, we'll do a few touch-up things and get this thing ready for the street. So there's the intercooler. This intercooler comes from AffordableTurboKits.com. My friend Dustin owns that company, and he sent this to me. So huge thank you to Affordable Turbo Kits. This is a beautiful, high-quality, 3-inch thick intercooler. And today, we're going to put that on along with the piping and several other things on the car. So if you like this series, please hit that thumbs up button below. Subscribe to the Riggs Garage channel. Lots of other fun things coming down the pipe. Right now, we're gonna get this car on the road and ripping, and I've got other cars sitting around that you haven't seen yet. So, let's get going. Thanks for watching. Here is my 3-inch thick, beautiful front mount intercooler. This is from Affordable Turbo Kits. My friend Dustin Legan owns this company, and he sent this to me, so very thankful for sending me this. I'm really looking forward to putting it on the car, so let's see how she fits up here, and we'll see what changes we need to make. Alright, I just stuck up there initially. See what we got, see if there are any factory holes I can use, anything like that. Here we have the CX Racing 2.5-inch intercooler piping kit. So I'm going to start piecing that together and see if that intercooler needs to be higher up, which would mean I need to do some cutting of this bumper support. Also, I just need to see if I'll be losing my windshield washer fluid reservoir, which I do like. It works. Looks like we'll just be seeing what pipe fits here. Here's that pipe here, so it looks like maybe there's a 90, so we'll see what happens and see how much original bumper we can keep and hide this intercooler as well. Alright, the sun went down, I'm back. The pipe, just kind of laid them in place with clamps. Looks like I'm going to need to cut some of this front support out here. Zip it here, zip it across, so I just leave a flat strap at the top to bolt the intercooler, because the intercooler is way too big, so it's got to come up. So I'm going to make some cuts now, and we will keep moving. Once I get this thing bolted in and centered, then we'll build pipes from there. Dang it. Ruined my camera lens. That stinks. Alright, this will sit up in here somewhere. That was starting to look like a proper intercooler. So we're notched. That horn, definitely in the way. I'll have to relocate that somewhere. Now we're going to find out if this bumper even gets close to fitting over the intercooler. I'm thinking it probably won't. Let's have a look and see why. Alright, here's the back of the bumper. We've got like 5 inches of plastic here going this way. That's probably all coming off. I'm hoping I can keep at least this grid in front of that intercooler just for the stealth effect, but let's go. We're gonna pop this up on the car and see what it looks like. See how far we really need to start trimming. All right. Yeah, so that piece that I just showed you that sticks out like this far, it's hitting. So that's the first thing to come off, and then we'll see where the next fenders are. Oh, this license plate bracket is only 1 inch away also. I'll show you what I mean here. This bolt here is about 1 inch away from the front of the intercooler core. And then all of this needs to be cut out. So I'm going to start just with following this line here. See how far that gets us. I have a feeling we're going to have to lose a good amount of this structure as well. Just zipped off all of that structure we talked about. So this lip is now cut off. And then this license plate structure that was in here is now deleted. And all the little nibs, and pokey things that were pointed at the intercooler are off. So let's see if this takes it to a point where we can get the bumper on. Alright, so I kept working and I didn't film all of it, but most of it's captured, so I'll show you what I got. I didn't have to cut as much as I thought I would. Usually like on the, there's like a fog light area. Not all the cars have fog lights, mine doesn't, but there's like a slot, I'll show you. Usually you have to cut that out, and I didn't have to do that because of the way the piping laid. So the piping's all mocked up, I'll show you now. Looks pretty much stock, except, you know, there's a giant intercooler there, but I am going to shoot that black. Alright, I'm going to take the bumper off for you. Alright, I'm filming.
Are you filming?
Yeah. Alright, that's going to be a semi-matte black once it dries. And now I'm going to go ahead and touch up all this raw metal here because I want this car to be around a long time and I don't want it rusting apart. Alright, see how shiny that is? The VHT Wrinkle Black. So you put on 3 or 4 thick, nice coats and start heating it, or you can put it in your oven. I did that before and pretty much gave everybody immediate cancer and stunk up the whole house. So see it, it's changing from gloss to wrinkle right in front of your eyes here. And here's the final product. You can see that it has an excellent uniform finish. Wow, that is exciting. That looks good. So before I tighten clamps down, every position of clamp has to be considered, because if I put this clamp on the back side of this, it won't give me room to push the intercooler back to clear the bumper, right? And then these clamps here, I want to position them downward so I can access them from the bottom. These clamps here have to be in a certain position or they'll hit the inner fender. So clamp position really matters. I think I'm going to flip one so it's over here so I can access it from the top. And then we'll fit the bumper, make sure things clear, and then tighten those down. Quick little detail here, the horn needs to be back here, and this intercooler pipe will not. There's no room for it, so it gives you a pretty liberal lead to it. So I grabbed a 10mm bolt, and there's a nice threaded hole right here in the fender well. So I put the horn here and put the wire to it, and then it should be protected from splashing here with a new splash guard. So that's kind of what I did there. Hey, thanks for watching this video. The next video is going to be all the final button up of this engine, first driving, and a little bit of tuning to get this car street tuned and on the road. So I didn't film as much of that, so it'll be kind of more of a quick overview. I'll go through the engine bay, kind of show you what all's going on, and we'll go on a drive. Thanks for watching Riggs Garage. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you.